Want to trade with Rithika? Join Chase at www.laductrading.com/chase.
Hey guys, hope you had a great weekend. So let's get started. So from last week, what we discussed, you can see we had a bullish breakout and we pushed in the top of the channel. And this week we're trying to gap out of the channel. So, I mean, we could have a tiny bit of digestion. We are getting pretty extended, but again, that's not to say that we can't stay overbought. We can continue moving higher. I just think we could maybe come down to retest the breakout before we go higher. That's just my opinion. I do think, again, bigger picture, the trend is still high. We are still headed higher. None of that has changed, right? Broader picture in the market. You can see here, even this, I do think that we could have a tiny wave 4 digestion before we keep going up for a wave 5. So bigger picture, I do expect the trend. Again, we know this is the channel. We know bigger picture, we have to break back into the channel. So I just think we digest a little bit and then again, we pop back into the top of the channel. So bigger picture, I am still bullish. This is very minor that I could see maybe a little bit of selling to start the week or in the middle of the week. As you can see here, we've just broken out. So there's no reason to stop the momentum. So that's the reason I have varied my watch list accordingly. I have scenarios for both cases, and something to note also is the dollar could have a potential bounce, right? We are at the bottom of this channel. It has been selling off since the start of the year. So we could have an oversold bounce on the dollar, which could put pressure on equities. But again, the wicks, again, if it breaks 1681, then again, bulls are going to continue pushing higher. Wicks will continue selling off into 1428. So ideally would need over 21, but again, this is our channel, so it won't be surprising if we bounce back into 2021, maybe before we reject and come back down again. So yeah, with that being said, keep in mind the first stock I have Meta, though I am bullish, as you know, I am kind of expecting us to find that wave 3 top relatively soon. We have been kind of pushing for a bit, and yeah, you can see here we have crossed the 1.272 fib, and now yeah, it's not to say, like I've mentioned, it's not to say that we won't continue moving higher. We have broken over all-time highs. It's just like we have gapped up. We could have a gap to fill on the way down. So Canada's decision to scrap tax has pumped Meta up. Like, that's not like gonna keep it up for that long. You know my wave theory. So again, we are pushing over the 618 fib. So again, any pull up, I do think we could see a little bit of selling, but again, I'm temporary selling. I don't think it will even, I would expect any selling to kind of come down and hold this 700, 680 level before we continue higher. So bigger picture, I am still bullish on Meta. We know this is my channel and we're expecting to push to the top of the channel, but we could have a little bit of digestion. Google, on the other hand, has followed through perfectly. We bounced. Once we broke out of this 175, boom, we pushed into 182. So our next target is this trend line at 185. Might digest a little bit and then we can push into 195. So still bullish on Google. You can still hold long on Google right now. The next stock I have is PayPal, and PayPal again. See how we came down to digest. Now we're going sideways, and bigger picture, this is a classic, could be an ABC, but again, you can see here, this is weekly resistance. Basically, if you are bullish, let it get over 75 and you can have a nice run into 83. If it stays here, we could again come back down into 67. So only if it triggers 75, I really like PayPal. Kind of move to the upside. So yeah, last but not the least, the stock that I have is DHR. Again, the reason for that is you can see here, this is my channel, the downtrend channel, and you can see here, this pretty much looks like a descending flag. So again, not to say that it won't break out. If it can get over 200, then it can definitely, have a lot of upside. Again, it does 217, 221 could again find resistance. So over 200, you could find 220 because there's a gap fill there. But again, this does look like a bear flag. So if it again breaks this 195 level, you will have a lot more selling into the bottom of the channel. So keep an eye on this. This does look like a bear flag that wants to break out. It is rejecting its EMAs. But yeah, I won't be surprised if it fakes and tries to break out. So yeah, keep an eye on the levels. That's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Join Chase to trade with Rithika and other experts. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.